Pacing means how fast or slow the events of your story unfolds. It's true that Act 3 calls for fast pacing, but that doesn't mean you should not control the speed of the pacing. Most times, we are so focused on creating a captivating story, we forgot to control the rhythm and pace of the story. Pacing is very important in a screenplay because it drives mood, intensifies tension, and the emotional quality of the story while keeping the audience engaged. Varying pace is crucial in maintaining the tempo of the screenplay. Every scene in your script should not be fast-paced, nor every scene slow-paced. Mix it up, alternate between fast and slow in order to maintain the rhythm of the pacing. If pacing is too fast, your audience won't be able to see what is at stake or process it. If it is too slow, they will lose interest. Know when to go fast and when to slow it down so audience can process what they have just seen. Sometimes a total pause in between action or dialogue can add a very dramatic effect to a scene. After a high emotional or fast action scene, give your audience a breathing space to calm down and digest all that had happened. Don't follow action with action. A little calm in between will help your audience to process the action better. After outrunning the monster, your characters should stop, catch their breath for a bit before the second monster appears. I watched a movie recently that was action back to back, no calm scene in between. It was overwhelming. And to make things worse, one of the villains, he wasn't even the main villain, continued to kill people without suffering any damage or setback. When he was finally killed in the last episode, his death was so disappointing. He committed all these atrocities without suffering a single setback. The least you could do is give him a befitting death, so we can finally say, yes, he got exactly what he deserved. Elements of pacing. Length of scene. Short scenes make a story fast-paced, while long scenes make it slow-paced. Controlling the length of your scenes will help you control the pacing. Dialogue. Long, dragging dialogue can slow down the pace of your story or action. Imagine two people running for their lives, stopping halfway, or when it's time to jump over a fence and to safety to give each other motivational speeches. Something like this. I told you we will make it, John. You sure did, Mark. Giving up was never an option, buddy. I'm glad we. Who cares? Jump over the damn face and save your asses first. Then, you can say whatever when the action is over. Quick, sharp dialogue can increase the pace and are more suitable for action and comedy sequences. Well-timed pauses can create or increase tension or emotion. Action. Overly detailed and prolonged action will make your action sequence lose its impact. Avoid it. Don't try to show us everything. End it while things are still interesting. A well-paced action sequence can create huge suspense. Unnecessary scenes that adds nothing to the story will slow down the pace of your story. Example: John wakes up, yawns, leaves the bed, walks slowly to the bathroom, pees, strips, showers, dresses for work, walks to the kitchen, opens the fridge, checks the contents of the fridge, selects a carton of milk, shakes the carton, walks to the plate rack, selects a plate, pours some cereal into the plate, pours some milk into his cereal, eats, tidies up the kitchen, grabs his suitcase, and leaves for work. Really? What's the name of the movie? How to Fall Asleep in the Cinema. But if the character wakes up, showers, next scene we see him dressed and leaving for work, the action will still make sense. The pace will be fast and the scene will not drag. You don't have to show us everything. Any scene that doesn't add to your story doesn't belong in your screenplay. Leave out what the audience can decipher for themselves. Editing. Pacing can be adjusted and controlled during editing, but don't rely on it and ignore to control the pacing of your story. Remember, before your story gets to editing, it will pass through the hands of a reader first. Control the pacing so that whoever reads your scripts will find it engaging. How to control pacing. Alternate between high-paced and slow-paced scenes. Use descriptive language and keep scene descriptions short and precise. Control when crucial information is revealed. This will hook your reader and keep them in the story. They will keep reading to know what happens. Write quick, sharp dialogues that flow well. After a high action scene, give your audience time to digest what they have just seen before jumping into the next action. When it comes to pacing, balance is important. To create that balance, know when to move fast to heighten emotion and action, and when to slow down for reflection and character growth. This will help maintain readers' interest while developing your character and plot. In real life, growth takes time. A character that goes from a jerk to a saint in a space of 2 scenes won't be believable. Slow scenes in between fast ones, where they reflect on their experiences and actions, will make their growth more believable. A reckless character changing all of a sudden without anything happening to bring about that change won't be believable. But if his recklessness puts his best friend in a coma or causes a major problem in the story, that will force him to reflect and change, and audience will believe that change. Genre pacing. Different genres are paced differently. thrillers and actions are paced faster than dramas. But this doesn't mean that your drama should drag or lack suspense. No, there are moments in drama that calls for fast pacing. The key is to know those moments and pace them right. Don't forget, when it comes to pacing, balance is what you should aim